Joyce from Joyce's Purple Palette. I am going to demonstrate how to do our really cute mason jar signs today. So when you come and pick up your projects from our studio, what you'll have for this one is you'll have your board, a mason jar, your stain, your paint, your stencil, and your makeup sponges, and then some twine and rubber gloves. What you will need at home is you'll need a couple rags, just small ones. I usually use old socks, and that should be about all you'll need for at home. If you're staining it. If you're painting it, you're gonna need like some form of paintbrush, which you can use. We use Dixie Belle paint, so you can use a chip brush. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my gloves on, and I'm going to stain my board. I'm staining this one in black just because I don't have anything in the studio that shows our black stain. And all you do is I usually put my hand right in the sock, it's easier. And you just kind of dip it in the stain, and you're going to go with the wood grain. So you're not going to go back and forth this way, you're going to go side to side. And you just kind of rub it all in. And then a lot of people always forget to do the edges, so please don't forget to do the edges. I'm going to do those next. And I'm not doing the back because it's going to be hung inside. If you're going to hang it outside, wait for the front to dry and then do the back. Just it helps protect the wood a little bit more. And I'm using the side of the board that looks more beat up because I like that look. And then I'm going to take my other sock after I've stained everything, and I'm just going to lightly wipe everything off. That way we don't have puddles and it stays even. Oops. And then we're going to let that dry. While we're letting that dry, we can go ahead and just let that dry. And if you want to dry it in a little bit faster of a speed, you can go ahead and you can use a hair dryer. While I'm letting this dry, I am going to take my mason jar and my Dixie Belle paint. I am using, for my paint color, I have chosen Mermaid Tail. And I just took a chip brush, and I'm just going to paint the jar. All over. I'm painting the bottom. And everything that we use is water-based, so if you get it on your hands, it washes right off. Or in Dixie Belle is all natural, so if somebody was to, let's say you left it out and your small child got into it, it won't harm them. It won't taste the greatest, I wouldn't think, but it won't hurt them. And then I'm going to do the neck. And then once this is done, I am just going to finagle it off my hand somehow and set it down upside down. Go back over and touch that little spot up. And there, I'm done. Okay, the next step that you're going to do with our mason jar, after it's all dry, you're going to take your sandpaper and you're just going to give it a little light sand wherever you feel like, just to rough it up a little bit if you choose. You can leave them solid. I've seen people leave them solid, and they're pretty too. So after you're done roughing it up, what the next step you're going to do is you're going to take your jar and your twine, and you're going to start wrapping. Just wrap it all 4, 5, 6 times, however many times you want to. And you can go all the way up too, you should have enough twine to do that. I'm not gonna go all the way up on this one, and then on the back side, you want to go ahead and knot, make a little knot on with your twine. This just helps keep the jar a little bit more stable. Nice good knot, and then the next step is you're gonna take your board and you're gonna feed each end of your twine through your board. And I know I gave you guys a lot of twine, but I wanted to make sure that everybody had enough, so that you can wrap it as many times as you would like. There. And then you're just gonna pull this nice and tight, and you're gonna kind of like have your board kind of on an angle with your jar. Oops. As soon as I can get it in the right position. There we go. And then all you're gonna do in the back is you're gonna make a couple knots on the back. You're just gonna tie your string, your twine, nice and tight. And then just cut off your ends. And then it should be sitting right on your board nicely. So then after you've done that, what we're going to do next is we're going to do our stenciling. I'm gonna actually place this one by my washer and dryer, where I always find loose change in the washer. So I did a sign that says change is good, so I can just fill that up. What you're gonna do with your stencil, there's 3 parts to every stencil. There's the paper part, or the blue. There's the clear plastic, and then there's the white actual stencil. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take a ruler or a cooking spatula, anything that you have that's like nice and flat, and you're just gonna start scraping the back. And you're gonna do this probably 4 or 5 times at least, all over it. And then you're gonna take it, after you've done that at least 4 or 5 times, you're gonna take a little corner, and sometimes you have to help it out just a little bit, and just bend the corner, and then very slowly and gently is you're going to start pulling the paper, or it's paper on one side, glue on the other, so I call it either one, very nice and gently. And if you can see here, the white's starting to come up, so what I'm gonna do with that is I'm just gonna push it down with my finger, and then that's why we go so slow. And it's doing it again. I'm just gonna go super slow, all the way down. I hold it as flat as I can. And then once that's done, the paper, you can just throw away. It's absolutely no good to us. So then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decide where I wanna place my stencil on my board. So I am going to just place it. You can use a ruler to measure. I usually eyeball everything. Sometimes they're crooked. Most of the time I'm pretty good at it. So I decided this is where I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spatula or my ruler or whatever I have, and I'm going to just start again scraping it down. I use my hands a lot too. I kind of tend to get a little rough with tools. And then you want to go over this 5, 6, 7 times, as many times as you possibly can. You can't do it too much. Because what we're doing now is we're getting the white stencil to stick onto our board. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start at a corner and very slowly, this is really important to do this one slow so that you don't rip the stencil. And you're just going to go over. And mine's in a couple different pieces because I ran out of the transfer tape with this one. And I'm just going to go nice and slow. hold it as flat as I can, so that if any of the white does come up onto the transfer paper, we can just roll it back and then give it a good scrape again, and then completely off. So then the next thing, you're gonna go over it, and you're just gonna make sure with your hands that it's all nice and down. There's no air bubbles in there, you get those all out. So, now I have my paint color for the same color as my jar, and then I'm gonna take my little makeup sponge, dip it in, and I hardly get any paint on my sponge, I don't get very much. And this is called the ugly coat. It's gonna be ugly, you're gonna be able to see the black through it, and that's okay. And then you just lightly, and it's a straight up and down motion with the sponge throughout the whole entire thing. And then once that is finished, the whole thing's done, it should be dry enough so that you can start at the top again with your second coat. And then this time you can go a little bit thicker with your paint, and you just go right over that again. And this will make sure that you can't see the stain color or the paint color that's underneath of that. And that's it. After your last coat is on, while the paint is still wet, I like to rip mine off. And I go against the grain for this, so we're gonna go this way or that, we're not gonna go with the grain. So I'm just gonna, you rip it off with a Band-Aid, the faster the better. That way the vinyl doesn't have time to actually touch the board. And then like here, this is where you'll need a pair of tweezers. And then you just kind of grab an end, get that end to come up, and then you can pull it with your fingers. There we go. And then as you can see, like this one has a lot of like little things inside the letters. So that's where you're gonna use your tweezers too, is you're just gonna go and you're gonna try to grab one corner of the vinyl, like one little edge, with your tweezers and just pull them off. And then after that, you will be done. And then you can add flowers, or like I'm gonna use mine for change. The one up here has flowers in it. There's tons of stuff that you can do with them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helped. And if you have any questions or if something happens and you need help, just give me a call at 989-266-3035. Thanks.